Hello and welcome back to Higher Maths Differentiation. We are looking at some more complex examples of differentiation. So example number 6 here, find the derivative of y equals root x bracket x squared plus the cube root of x close bracket with respect to x. So before we differentiate, we need everything written as a fractional index or a fractional power. So remember guys, square root of x is x to the power 1/2. The cube root of x, well, the top number is the power if we're going for a fractional index, so it's x to the 1 cube rooted, so that the root goes on the bottom of the fraction. So it'll be x to the 1/3. Then we need to multiply through, so x to the half multiplied by x squared. Remember, if we're doing x to the a multiplied by x to the b, we do x to the a plus b. So that'll be the x to the 1/2 plus 2, which is x to the half plus 4/2, which is x to the 5/2. And then x to the 1/2 multiplied by x to the 1/3. So that's x to the half plus a third. So we've got halves and thirds, so we need a common denominator if we're going to add fractions. So we'll turn those both into sixths. So that'll be x to the 3/6 plus 2/6, which is x to the 5/6. Right, so that first line, or sorry, the second, well, if the question's the first line, then the second and the third line there, those are national 5 skills we're using there, guys. So we've done all the practice at the essential skills to help you there. We need to be very, very good at doing that. And you'll get a lot of practice at doing it, but if you're finding there's one particular part of the question that's annoying you, ask your teacher for help on it. Or if we're still under lockdown, get in touch with me or your other teachers through email or on Teams and ask for help on it. Even if you're just some random, not from our school, just leave a comment and I'll post another video explaining how to do it for you. It's not a problem at all. Okay, I'll probably link you to a video if you're from another school and you're a bit stuck. Chances are one of our pupils will have asked me the same question and there will be an additional video on it, okay? So get in touch if you need to get in touch. So National 5, National 5. So this is the higher part of the question. The higher part of the question says bring the power to the front, so 5/2, drop the power by 1. So remember 5/2 minus 1 is 5/2 minus 2/2, which is 3/2. So 5/2 x to the power 3/2. That is the only part of the question that is a higher skill. Everything else is National 5. I'm definitely not saying that because it's National 5 it's easy. Don't misunderstand me if you think I'm saying that. All I'm saying is it's these part of the questions are often the part of the questions that will trip you up, so to speak, okay? So we know that as teachers, we're here to help you. Get in touch if you need the help, okay? And then differentiate x to the power 5/6, power to the front, 5/6, x to the power, then 5/6 minus a whole is 5/6 minus 6/6, which is negative 1/6. Okay, again, that step is the higher math step. And then we have the question written with roots and not fractional indexes or fractional powers, or indices, I should say, instead of indexes. So 5/2 x to the 3/2, so top number is the power, bottom number is the root, or the numerator is the power, the denominator is the root. So it'll be 5/2 multiplied by the square root of x cubed. Here we have a negative power, so this x will be on the denominator. Top number is the power, so it'll be x to the 1, which is just x. The denominator gives us the root, so it'll be the 5/6 multiplied by the 6th root of x. Okay, guys? So in one little question, you've got 5 or 6 different skills going on there. And if one of those skills is a slight weakness for you, try and address it. Get in touch or ask your pal about it. Ask somebody about it. Don't ignore it, hoping it'll go away, because it won't. It'll come up time and time again. Okay? So there's a lot going on there in a higher exam. That would probably be worth 4 or 5 marks, that question. Okay? So it's certainly not an easy question. If we can break it down and identify any little parts that we're struggling with, get a bit of help, it will become easier.